What's happening, everybody? It is Vegas Jay and Philly Nay. And we are in Philly. And so as a heads up to start, the internet connection in my hotel room is pretty horrible. So I think you'll hear us just fine. It just might not go along with our lifts. So I do apologize for that. We try to pull some last minute technological heroics. They did not work. And so that's why also we're 2 minutes late. So welcome. Oh, hey, mute yourself over there, will you? So welcome to our first official show. It's going to be a little chaotic due to the fact that we are on the road. But I definitely wanted to do this here in Philly with my co-host, the lovely Nadine. And we start every show with Jason's Tiki Talk, and we're going to talk a little bit about the rum we're drinking tonight and the mugs we are drinking out of. So I'm going to pause the music just because I know our connection's not the greatest. And the rum tonight, thanks to Nadine, just grabbing this by pure random chance, is called Blue Chair Bay. It is Kenny Chesney's rum, and this is a coconut rum. And coconut rums are usually pretty horrible when you think of Malibu because that's just crap. But this is pretty good. So we did coconut rum and Diet Coke with a lime. And my tiki mug of choice tonight is the Thurston Howell mug from Frankie's Tiki Room in Vegas. So I brought a little bit of Vegas with me. And this is Nay's tiki mug. And this mug was actually, other way. There you go. This mug was actually found on Thrift Hunters. Nadine bought it from me. It is called the R1 Headhunter. And this is from the Jekyll and Hyde Club in New York City. So cheers, my dear. Welcome to our first official show. So what's happening, everybody, in eBay land? All right, we always start. All right, like I said, bear with us because of this little crazy circumstance here. We always start with our scores of the week. Oh, that's way too low. That was a horrible sound effect. Let's try again. All righty. Let's talk about things that we have sold and sold well, shall we? All right, so my item, my score of the week is, there we go. Uno momento. My score of the week are these jeans, and it's a score for a couple of reasons. These are orange tab 505s, and I found them for like $4.99, and they're new with tags. And I had them listed at $79.99, and I kept getting lowball offers like $20, $25 for a good 3-4 months. And then just this week, somebody paid $69.99 for them, and they went to Canada. So not only did I get kind of what I wanted, the shipping got paid for. So that's always the bonus. All right, I am watching our feed, and we tend to drop out. So let's see here. All right, cool. We're doing good. All right, so that's my score of the week, and let's hop over to Nadine's score of the week. No, that's my dud of the week. No.
That's it.
That's it? Okay, cool. All righty, so back to here. All right, here's Nadine's score of the week, and she's going to tell you all about it.
Okay. I have to thank my good friend Bridget for this. Bridget Williams helped me with this. I did not know anything about curlers or rollers or anything in that realm. So this is a new thing for me. But I saw these actually I actually ended up getting them for $1. And
$1?
Yeah, and I passed them up the first time. And then I sent Bridget a photo, and she said, go back and get those. They're still there. And they were 99 cents in the clearance. They had put them in the clearance section. So, and I sold them for $49.99 at full price. So that was a really good score.
$1.
Yeah, $1.
So wait, did you know it was $1?
No, when I first went there, they had them marked up. And then when I went back, Bridget said, go back and get it. I went back like the next day, and they had marked it down to $1. So.
I was about to yell at you. If you left them there for $1.
No. They had. I lucked out.
I'll show off our new shirts too. Yes. Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay. I got us some shirts. All righty. So that is our scores of the week. And what comes after the score of the week? You know what comes after the score of the week. Yep, that's right. It is our dud of the week. So my dud of the week, I thought was going to be the most awesome score. I had this Fast and the Furious. Now you won't know what this is because this is a current movie.
Actually, I know that movie.
Fast and the Furious license plate frame, and I had it since I don't know, like 4 or 5 movies ago, and I forgot I had it. And then the new one came out, and it was this worldwide, one of the top grossing films of all time. Awesome tribute to Paul Walker. And I thought, oh, everybody's going to want this.
You would think.
Nope. I was happy to unload it for $15 with free shipping. So that is my dud of the week. Sometimes when you think you've had the score of the week, it turns into the dud of the week. But I got it for free. I made a couple dollars. It left. So I don't have that much of a complaint, but I really thought that was going to be like $40. I mean, the whole world went and saw that movie. Nobody wanted my sad little license plate frame. This is your dud? No, that's not your dud. No.
No.
Alrighty.
It's
it's this one right here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, like I said, we are running on the fly here. Not exactly how we planned, but we are getting it done because we can. All right, so here's Nate's dud of the week.
Okay. Well, this shirt, I've had in my store for about 2 years, and Jason actually yelled at me about this shirt.
I did, and I'm so sorry. I was very mean, and I don't know why. I must have hated somebody else that day.
But he was telling me that it was a shirt that was available in Walmart, and I didn't know that at the time that I thrifted it. I didn't, and I had somebody message me, that they could have gotten in Walmart for less, and it turns out though that it was a pretty bad shirt. Jason was right. So I finally sold it after about 2 years, just coincidentally this week for $14.99 with free shipping, and I was thrilled to get rid of it.
Yes, I gave her grief 2 years ago, and she just sold it this week. So, yeah, Panama Jack, where if you find vintage, because I was a big Panama Jack fan in the 80s, if you find vintage, yeah, that'll be some good money.
But Walmart
But they sold it to Walmart.
Yeah. No.
And so anything modern, it's not, it's new for like $15. So you're not going to get, top dollar for it. So it's a good tip. I'm so sorry I yelled at you. I'm apologizing on air in front of everybody. I read it and I'm like, what was that? I must have been mad that night at somebody. I don't know what happened, but I do apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. I accept your apology.
Oh, thank you, dear. All right. So we've done our scores. We've done our duds. And now, there we go. It is time for our Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. This is where we tell you the funny stories of people who approach us in the thrift store. I realized I never did mine on the second test show. Like we started the segment, you did yours. So I'll do mine. Some of the Thrifty Encounters, the Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind are weird. Some are creepy. Others are just nice. And so mine was not too long ago, 2 young guys were shopping near me in a Savers, and they walked up and said, "Are you the guy from Thrift Hunters?" And I said, "Yeah, I am." They're like, "Oh, we love your show. Thanks." And I said, "Oh, you're welcome." And then they left. I thought that was it. So I'm shopping, and I usually wear headphones when I'm by myself. I like to listen to podcasts. And I looked around the corner, and they were just standing there staring at me like about 15 feet away. And our eyes met, and I go, "Can I help you guys?" We wanted to ask you some questions, but they were just like, but they weren't like 12. They were like 22. Yeah. Oh, and they were just standing there like this.
Oh my.
Just kind of staring at me. I'm like, "Yes. Can we ask you how to sell?" I'm like, "Sure, come over here." Come over, sit on Papa's lap. Like, what?
They were afraid.
Well, they already talked to me once. That's why it was a weird encounter. I'm like, "We talked.
That is a weird
encounter. Come back. All right, so I remember to tell my story this time. Yay, your turn. Go. Okay. I'm going to drink.
The last time I was thrifting in Philly with Jason, he actually remembers this happening. This guy came up to me, and he had a bag of, I guess he had already purchased some pants, and he was looking for shirts to match. So he wanted me to help him match his purchased pants to the shirts on the rack. And then he was telling me his size, and I was looking through all the shirts and trying to help him out. And I actually did find him 2 nicely matching outfits, and he was really happy. So
Yeah. So 2 things about that. You became his personal shopper.
I did, yes.
And here's the part of the story I've never told you. He tried to rook me in first, and I walked away. You had walked off, and I was shopping in his section.
So I got stuck with the guy.
Yes.
So you stuck me with the guy.
I saw him pick up a shirt and look around to talk to somebody, and I'm just shopping. I am not a color consultant. I turned and went the other way, and then I saw you get rooked in. So I'm like, sorry, Nay.
I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah, thanks. I've been saving that.
Thanks.
All right. So I am missing. Maybe I got it up here. There we go. There we go. All right. We've done our duds. We've done our scores. We've done our weird encounters. Will you get that back up, please? And now it is time for the. I don't remember what the. I forget what sound we use, but today we're using that one. So here's my thrifty tip of the week, and I actually have a visual. This happened right before I came to visit Nay here in Philly. My wife Stacy and I went thrifting on Savor Sale Day. So if you don't know, every Monday holiday, all clothing, bed, and bath are 50% off at Savers. If you have the Savers Shoppers card, so here's a bonus tip. If you don't have it, get it. If you have the Shoppers card, you can do 50% off on the Sunday before. And they bring new stuff out on Monday, so you could hit the same store twice. So we were there on the Monday. I convinced my wife to go because I said 1 store only. And she said, fine, I'll do 1 store. And so she was doing the T-shirt section. I came through, and this T-shirt was on the end of the rack. And I said, did you skip this? She goes, no, it wasn't there. Somebody had just put fresh clothes out. So while you're at sale day, if you see well, this is for any day, really. But if you see the employee coming out with fresh stuff to put out there, go to look at that. Because everything else has been on the rack at least a while. This is the fresh stuff. So this is what I found. I didn't know what it was right away, but I knew it was cool, and it was going to be, I took it off. It was going to be $1 or $2. So this is 8 Ball. It is I don't know if it's underground, but definitely a small comic line from the 80s. And so this exact shirt sold for $41 internationally last week, and other 8 Ball shirts are listed for $150 right now. So this was a good score for $2 or $1.
That is a good
score. So yeah. You fought when I hear the rack come out, I run like a little girl and scream like, no stuff, and I go find them. So there's my tip of the week. And
my tip of the week is when you're looking for, I buy a lot of wool items, especially vintage wool, like Pendleton skirts. You always have to look very carefully for moth holes. They're very common, and sometimes they show up just as like almost like a nick in the fabric. It's not really a hole, but if you have it cleaned, those holes will come out because the damage is already there. It's been started. So you have to really go over them with a fine-tooth comb in the thrift store, because moth holes are not. They do not make an item desirable. So.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If I'm looking and I've never really paid attention to moth holes, how do I know the difference between a nick and a moth hole? Is there some visual?
Well, you can tell because the fabric, usually there will be holes accompanied with like a little nick in the fabric, but it's usually like it looks like a little spot of wear in the fabric.
Okay.
And what will normally happen is when you have it dry cleaned, that'll just come out because the fabric has been destroyed already by the moth. They don't always nibble all the way through. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see a ton of sweaters in Vegas for obvious reasons. So, I don't find them all that often.
It's usually with the vintage wool items.
So right this moment, I think we are going to do something we don't normally do. I'm going to burp. So let's do that first. Get that out of the way. I already did it. I made it quiet. And what we're going to do is we are going to show you some of our scores. Now, we've shopped for a couple of days now here in Philly, and we have got some good stuff. And we can't show you everything, but we are going to show you a few things. So why don't you grab a couple of yours, and then I'll go grab a couple of mine.
Okay.
And then we'll meet back here, and we'll tell everybody the cool stuff we found. Now, if you come to Philly, or if you're in Philly, you must go to Philly AIDS Thrift. It is one of the coolest thrift stores I've ever been to. I've been to it twice now in the last month because I've been here twice. I've been to it in the past. Great store, nice employees, and I don't know what it is with that store, but I rock it with the purses and bags every single time. So I will show you.
Oh, where's your purse?
I'll get them. You just bring your stuff over. Okay. Yeah. You just bring your stuff over.
My stuff. Okay.
And, but yeah, Philly Aged Thrift. And while you're there, stand out front, look to the right. There is a antique store, and the guy loves making deals. Go there. I'm going to show you the score I got there. Look to the left, and it's only open Thursday through Sunday, 12 to 8.
Odd hours.
Yeah. It's like,
it's an odd.
Yeah. It's a cool, oh, it's on the back of your shirt.
Oh no.
We'll get to that in a minute. It's a cool auditorium. So it has all this, it had all this cool pop culture stuff. It had like old wrestling stuff. It had girly magazines, old comics, records. But in the back, it had like a Fijian mermaid and shrunken heads and like monsters in jars. It was a cool place. So I didn't buy anything, but it's definitely cool to see and to shop in. I'm going to go grab some of my stuff. Nay's going to share with you some of her finds. I will be back.
Okay, so I found this vintage. I found some vintage strawberry shortcake fabric. There's only about a yard here, but it'll still probably sell for about 20 bucks, and I paid $2, so that was a good deal. I got this little cute little Vera Bradley clutch purse thingy. It's cute. I think I paid $1 or $2. Another Vera Bradley bag, $2. Via Spiga shoes. These are they're 6.5 medium, which is a smaller size, but at least they're not narrow or anything. They have some really nice bling on them, if you can see. There's some wear on the bottom, but the leather soles always do that, so that's normal. But overall, they're in really good shape, and they are genuine Via Spigas. So, and these are my big score from today. They're almost in brand new condition. They're Donald J. Pliner couture shoes, and they are a size 11, which is a really good size. The bigger sizes sell really well in the women's shoes. And I looked these up quickly, and I found a pair that was more of like a thong style. So, and they went for $75. I paid $10 for these. I think I'm going to get more than the $75 though. I'm going to put them up higher, and knew these would probably be about $270 or so. They're
$270.
Yes.
Who pays $270 for sandals?
I also have
That's nutty.
A cool little vintage lounge dress that I found. And
that's like Mrs. Roper. Do you understand that reference?
Yes.
All right.
And a cute little Starbucks mug. It's like a kid's Starbucks mug.
Oh yeah, I got.
Yeah, yours. Yep. And this is actually a men's shirt. Ooh.
Oh, so sorry.
Did you break it?
No breakage.
This is actually a men's shirt. It's a vintage men's shirt. It's crazy. It's like acetate, and it's shiny, and it's. I actually paid 50 cents for it because the yellow tags are 50 cents. So I couldn't. It has a little bit of wear on. Like it has a little bit of wear to the fabric near the arms here on the seam. But for 50 cents, this is an awesome vintage shirt.
And it's not doing it justice on this video because it feels like a picnic tablecloth. You know, the rubberized ones, so you could spill, you just clean it right up. That's what that shirt feels like. Like, who would wear that? Scroll back up. Yeah, there we go.
Okay. So this is also a cool jacket. Thank you. This is actually new with tags. It's got all this cool embroidery on the. Sorry, it's actually got the tag on it somewhere, and it's a Billabong, which is surprising because that's like a surfer kind of brand, and it's not. It doesn't really give off that vibe, but it's a cool jacket, so I had to grab that one.
So yeah, I also found a little Starbucks mug, and this is the undersea version of what you found. So that was cute. It was $1. Now, if you know tiki stuff, you know that puffer fish work into the tiki aesthetics of a tiki bar. And I think I found the world's tiniest puffer fish.
And he got it for free.
And I got it for free. That's a good thrifter. All right, so here's some of my cool finds that are just amazing. Here's a bag that is a Sega game system. Old school, like Sega Genesis, and the bag's made by Sega, so it's an official product. I think that's awesome, especially those of us that had Sega Genesis when we were growing up. I think this is super cool. Oh, real quick, I can't watch the feed exactly well today, but I saw two things. Somebody was looking for closed captions. I'm pretty sure I can turn them on when the video is over. It becomes a regular YouTube video. So if you're watching, you need closed captions, they'll be there. And yes, my head still hurts. Those are for those. That's for those of you who know what happened to my head last night. Should I tell the whole story?
I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna tell. Look, we're gonna tell
the edited story.
We're gonna tell some news later that's not gonna be as fun and exciting, but
this is a funny story.
We'll do a fun story. So we were in a gay bar last night, and Nadine went to the bathroom and she took a picture of herself with some fun graffiti behind her. And I won't say what the graffiti said because it wouldn't be appropriate for all audiences, but it was funny. So I went to the bathroom and there was 2 urinals and a little wall between them. And while I'm going to the bathroom, I'm looking for graffiti. So I'm leaning around just to look for graffiti. And a guy walks in and sees me leaning and looking, and it freaks him out and he runs away. And so as I'm walking out the bathroom, he's standing there waiting like a little kid for me to leave. And I just started laughing, forgetting I'm too tall for the doorway, smashed my head into the doorway and left a chunk of my skin on the door. So that's my night right now. I frightened a guy by accident. I didn't mean to. That was not my intent. So here is, I think, one of the coolest things I've ever found. It's a sweatshirt from Antarctica. It's vintage. Unfortunately, the tag's worn out. And this says base area TTER March. I am guessing it is some base in Antarctica. I think this is awesome. I think it was like $2. So this is my awesome score of the week, I'm pretty sure. And then the place that I was telling you about to the right of Philly AIDS Thrift. Now, what's sad about this is that it is a small vintage shirt, kind of got a little bit of an Asian theme to it. But what is super cool is it is Tory Richard for Liberty House. So Tory Richard is a great Hawaiian shirt brand. Liberty House was like the Hawaiian shirt mecca in Hawaii. It's kind of like Sears or Higbee's. But here's what's even cooler. It is still new with tags. Who didn't wear their shirt for 50 years, 40 years? It was $41, and then they marked it down to $19.99. So this is sat in a closet, new with tags for 30, 40 years. That's nuts. Okay. That's a cool find. So if I find anybody small, they will then have an awesome new shirt. We both found ties today, so I see Nate's got a few.
Yeah, I have a vintage Disney. It's a really cool Mickey Mouse vintage Disney tie. And the tag on it is, it's cool. It's got a vintage, and I think I paid $6 for this one, but I think that was a good find for $6 because I think it'll sell for quite a bit more than that.
And this is another tip: if you see one thing and then two things along the same vein, keep looking. So if you see like one Harley shirt and two Harley shirts and then three, somebody just lost their whole Harley shirt. So we found 2 Beatles ties, and the ties are specific to the song. I didn't find more than 2, but I found 2. So this first one is When I'm 64. So this is the tie for When I'm 64. And this is And I Love Her. So those are my, I also got this tie, which I thought was super cool. It is different baseball stadiums. I think they're all old ones too. So I love that.
I also got, at the store where he found the Tory Richard shirt, I found this cool vintage dress. It is gorgeous. I think I'm going to keep it for myself, actually, because...
Well, what are you sharing it for? It's not a score. It's not a dud. It's a dress for me.
It's just a beautiful dress, though. I had to share that.
Oh, yeah. That was for your dress.
Okay.
Found a cool Metallica Kill 'Em All flag. So that's cool. And then only those of you who know this movie will understand it. I'm not going to tell you what movie. Go into the chat. I'm sure somebody will figure this out.
I found that shirt.
Yeah,
actually.
She found the shirt but didn't know the movie. So I still haven't even told her the movie. But it's El Guapo's Piñata Emporium. Yes, we have a plethora. So let's see who comes up with what movie this is from, because that's an awesome shirt. And I love creepy clown art. So I bought this as a present for Nadine. And this was painted by Margaret Deneman in 1982.
So this will be my new backdrop.
Yeah. So you will see this
show.
From Nadine's office in the future. In the future. Nobody knew the shirt yet. All right. So I was talking about the bags at Philly Amazing Bags. This is a briefcase on wheels with a handle. Doesn't look like much, but it's made by Victorinox. They're the ones who make Swiss Army knives. So this is like a $100 bag, and I got it for $7. Hold this a minute, please.
Oh yeah.
Wait. This bag is the brand is Neve, Neve, and it's from Australia. And they have these cool backpacks. Oh, let me pop it out there. Alpine to the Outback, and then here's the front. $7 also. The only one online right now is 70. And this was my surprise.
Yeah, that was a surprise to me too.
This looks like some kind of cheap tourist thing you'd pick up in the straw market in the Bahamas. But actually, this person's going to sell for over $100.
It's crazy.
The brand is Harl Taylor bag.
It's got a wooden fish attached to it, and it's a straw.
Yeah. And, oh, wait. I didn't even see what's in here.
Oh,
so like the original tags in here. Hey, bonus! We found on the air the original tags in here.
You have the style of it.
So yeah, so $7. It's like a $100 bag. Never heard of them before. I stopped to look because I've been to the straw market. It said it came from Bahamas. It's bitching. So yeah, we got good finds today, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. We definitely
there's more stuff that we found too that we're not showing you because we can't show everything.
I do see we have some answers. Good job. I don't know who got it first, but that movie is called Three Amigos, and that's a funny shirt if you've seen the movie. If you've not, it's a cute shirt because she picked it up, but oh, this is cute.
Yeah.
And then I said it's from a movie. And Nay knows like really old movies or kids movies.
Pretty much, yeah.
So if you pick something in the last 25 years, she's like, what?
Oh, my Ajax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's another. There you go.
Okay. So this, I looked it up really quick, and I actually found 3 of these. I'm just showing you one. Apparently, Ajax is a football, meaning American soccer or European football team in Amsterdam, and they have a lot of. When I looked it up online, there was only one mug that was on. I couldn't find anything completed quickly. What I did find was a bunch of jerseys and whatnot. So I think these mugs might do well. So I took a chance. I think I paid $1 each for them. So I have 3. The other 2 are similar. They're different designs, but.
All right. So that's our bonus scores and finds of the week. Usually we do our 60-second question right now. We're going to actually pause that to a little bit later. And now we're going to bring on our guest, who is Debbie Weeder, who, oh, I saw her pop up. Don't forget to unmute yourself, please, Debbie. Come in. There we go.
Can I do it?
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Debbie.
Go Warriors.
No, go Cavs. What are you talking about, go Warriors?
I'm watching the score. It's us and it's you, and it's us and it's you.
You know, go Warriors. I'm gonna hang up on my guest right away. What the hell?
Hey, I'm a Seattle Sonics fan, but we lost our team, so I have to go with the Warriors.
Then vote for my team.
Well, all the kids are downstairs watching the Warriors, so.
All the cool kids root for the Cavs, okay? Go Cavs, go Cavs. So,
how are you guys?
We're good. So I'm going to pop you on the screen for good here and let you talk. So Deb and I have been friends for a long, long time. I think we met in jail one night. Was that correct?
I was your lawyer.
Oh, well, we still been in jail. Yes, you bailed me out. Now, how long have we been friends? It's been a long time now.
Oh my gosh. Well, we met at eBay Radio Party probably 7 years ago.
That's about right.
Something like that. I don't know.
And we've been hanging out ever since. And you're my Bay Area thrifting buddy because when I get up there, you're always ready to hang out and
yep.
You're a good thrifter and you like to go record shopping with me. So that's always a bonus because most people don't.
And I've thrifted with Debbie too, and she is fun.
Yes. Well, I love thrifting with you guys. I wish you were coming to Vegas in a couple of weeks, Nadine.
Yeah, I wish I was too, but unfortunately.
I think I'll be there. What do you think?
You'll be there? I hope so.
I just want to take a nap. All right, so we'll talk a little bit, but let's get to some of your scores. And you gave me a bunch, and so every one of these will be a surprise since we were, like I said, behind the 8 ball a little bit. So let's pop up one of your prizes, and let's talk about your score here. Medieval Dress and Fashion.
Yes. I picked that book up, and I'm not exactly sure how much I sold my copy. Probably you can see what they're going for right there. They're amazing. It's amazing that you can find these books out when you're looking. Now that's on Amazon. I sell FBA, most of my books. Some of my books, sorry about the phone. So that was an FBA sale.
And you send all your books in FBA?
Most of them. Yeah, most of my books I send in FBA. I sell kids sets of books, or maybe even adult, type sets. And Amazon only likes it if you sell a complete set of books. So if it's an incomplete set, I'll sell it on eBay.
So,
I love this story. I was on my way to my friend Sylvia's grandson's birthday party. It was 4 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. And of course, there was a garage sale, and I stopped, and I found 16 sets of these. And I paid $7.50 for all of them. And I've sold 14 sets so far for $29 each. With
holy cow.
I have 2 sets left.
And I want to point out something, in case nobody's paying attention closely. That's a cassette, people. Some of you don't know what cassettes are, but I just read an article on the plane right here. Cassettes are the thing that's on the way back. So it's been vinyl for years and years and years, and now cassettes have made a resurgence. And look at you, you're selling the hell out of cassettes.
That's great.
Well, this goes in a Big Bird plush. It makes him talk.
Oh,
so it's a special cassette.
So it's like a Big Bird Teddy Ruxpin.
Right. See my note. The Big Bird plush is not included. Yeah, it's like a Teddy Ruxpin. So yeah.
Well, that's still cool.
I found 16 of those. Yep.
That is awesome. But yeah, there's your little extra bonus tip. Cassettes are the hot commodity right now.
Okay. Disco Bloodbath. I love this book. I found 2 of these. It's called a fiction, but it's really based on a true story that happened. I think it was in New York. And I have found 2 of those. I was leaving a garage sale one day. People do not value books. And I looked down in a box as I was leaving with nothing else I had found in my hand, and there I saw it in the box. You pay like 50 cents, sell them for like $70.
My God.
So that's a bolo. Yep.
No kidding.
I've found 2 of them.
You do books?
Occasionally. I'm not.
Not like Deb. Deb's like the book maven.
That, yeah. And a lot of the books I found have turned out to be duds, but I have a couple actually that I bought when I thrifted with you last time in Philly that I haven't listed yet that are supposed to be. There's a vintage fortune telling book that I bought, and the other one is it's a vintage zodiac signs and it's I don't know how it'll do, but they looked interesting, so I have to get those listed.
Having Deb as a friend is great for me because I fancy myself a junior mixologist. I like to tinker around my bar and make drinks, and Deb always runs across the coolest cocktail books, and she has built my collection because she sends me these, she'll be at a little sale like it's $1. You want it? And I'm like, yeah. So, I mean, you think you something like 20 recipe books. There's such cool stuff in them. And some are really old and, it's cocktails of stuff that doesn't even exist anymore.
That's great.
So then you're like, well, I can't make it, but it's fun to read about it. All right, let's see another score here. And I know we didn't have a visual of your dud, so we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so this is cool. Hang on a sec. Coming back over here. Oops, there he is. All right, so tell us about this awesomeness.
Oh, the sled driver book. This I have found my 3rd copy of this. I've sold 2 of them for $250, and they're usually signed. I have another copy up right now. It's a signed copy, and this time I went big. I put $350 on it. I'm going to see what happens. It's a very thin, large size, like a picture book type thing. And you would probably see it on the shelf and think it wasn't worth much, but it's a very expensive book. So keep looking for them because they are out there.
Yeah, it amazes me. There's so many penny books, but man, when you hit the ones that are worthy, it's quite amazing.
Yes.
But you know, and it's like CDs. You know, you just gotta be diligent and really look hard. You know.
That's right.
So, so you've got some sweet scores and it's made some serious money. Now let's tell us about your dud.
Oh, well, this was a while back. I was in a thrift store and I came across a bunch of sci-fi books and they were all first edition. And I thought, these have got to be worth money. I can't remember the title, the author. So I spent $30 and I got home and they were all penny books. And that was the day I decided it was worth it to get a scanner.
Yeah.
Because that was 3 months worth of a scanner right there that I blew. So I use Profit Bandit scanner right now. I know Scan Power is another good one. And then Amazon has a free app that you can use too if you don't want to spend. But I like Profit Bandit because it gives me my numbers for FBA. It tells me, are you really going to make any money or
not? I keep seeing them in Medieval Fashions. Sorry, hang on a second here. Oops, go away. There we go. I don't know why we keep. I'm watching the feed too to make sure everything's going okay. And I keep seeing our Medieval Fashions book and not you or me. So I'm going to pop you back on the screen. You know, and like I said, this will not be our norm of going backwards, but I'm reading some of the feed. And what made me pick up that purse that's worth $100? It was cute. It was Bahamian looking. I wanted to see what it was, and I saw, you know, the maker's name on the front. So I thought, geez, I've never seen that maker.
And the wooden fish. That was
well, yeah. But you know, if you've been to the straw market, it's not quality stuff. It's just fun tourist crap, and it looked like that. But boy, a quick search, and you'll see there's like 3 or 4 sold right now. 100.
I was shocked at that one too.
Oh, and I have to tell you, I sold one of those Beatles neckties that you just held up. I don't remember which song it was, but I sold mine for $60.
Wow.
Get out.
Wow.
Yep. Years ago, I found one. Yeah. I wish I could remember the song.
Well, I'm going to have to sell the when I'm 64 for $64.
There you go.
That's right. Or 164 maybe.
Oh, well, yeah, wishful thinking. I would love that.
With best offer.
Yeah. So how many, so you used to do a lot of eBay, but you're mostly doing Amazon now, right?
Yeah, I like Amazon FBA, you know, obviously.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I don't know where we're at now.
Quicker, you don't have to take pictures and things, but eBay is different. So anyway, I'm in thrifting with the boys, and so of course I'm learning thrift shirts, you know, Hawaiian shirts and mugs and things, but books I like, and they kind of come and go. You know, it's hard to find books because thrift stores and libraries are selling online. I talked with someone the other day who for several months, her full-time job was scanning books at the Goodwill that were donated, and she told me she found books that were thousands of dollars. And one book she picked up, it had old paper money in it that was worth hundreds of dollars, and they sell online on their own auction. So even though you think, why would I go to a thrift store and look for books because they're all selling them, I found a Japanese wood ceramic type, how to use this kiln for $1 and sold it for 120. And that was from a thrift store that I'm pretty sure scans their books. I also walked into the Goodwill one time and show you this. Hope I can get this in the right place. Can you guys see this? These are called Value Tales, and a set of I think there's 29 books in the set. I'm not positive, but I got a set of about 20 of them for $14.99. So I grabbed them all and got them out of there as fast as I could because that's a really good price at $14.99. Sold them for $120 for the set.
Wow.
Jacques Cousteau is the Holy Grail, and I have never found one yet. But he's the one of that book. They're all different. Like this is the story of Marie Curie. There's I think I Love Lucy. They're kids' books that are out of print. They brought them back in a bigger style, but I don't think they're as valuable as these are. So you just keep looking. You never know.
You know, it's always the collectability too, because you know if you watch season 2 of Thrift Hunters. I sold the first pressing of Metallica's Kill 'Em All for $129. CDs in the 80s were horrible quality. So they're only buying it to show it off and say, look what I have. Because to listen to it, it sucks. It is terrible. The modern version is way better. But if you're a collector, and I'm a collector, I mean, I got lots of these around my house. You know, I get it. I get wanting to have that prize. But they're not buying it because of the music itself. They're buying for the collectability. Same with those books. They might have re-released them, but maybe people like the original versions better.
Yeah, smaller sizes. Yes. I was actually at a library book sale scanning on the floor in a box. Like a scanner guy went around me, got in the box ahead of me, and pulled $65 cash out of a book. No, I was not happy. It would have been mine because I was going towards that box. So I wanted to, first of all, I wanted to tell everybody I am not an expert in books. I mean, the niche is this wide, and I'm just talking little, you know, because there's first editions, there's vintage, there's antiques,
you know, a lot,
first
though.
printing, first edition, you know, and I, you know, with eBay, you can check completed, and on Amazon doesn't give you the sold. So you think that book's worth $9,000. Actually, I scanned a cookbook, and there was one listed at $6,000. And I thought, there's no way. Why would this book be worth that much? So I think I put mine at $250 and sold it for that much. So,
was it like Julia Child comes out of the grave and comes and cooks for you for $6,000? Is that
no. There's booksellers on Amazon, and you can figure out who they are real quickly. They sky high price their books. That's crazy. And I think what they are, they're drop shippers. If you want to give them $6,000 for that book, they'll go find it. They probably don't own it. They'll go find it, or they might put $300 or $400 on the book. And if you're crazy enough to spend that much, they'll go pay $30 and buy one and sell it to you for the $6,000 or the $300. So you kind of learn after a while, this book isn't really worth that much.
So there's a whole
I wanted to talk about.
Hang on, there's a whole discussion going on if you're wearing pants or not.
Me?
Yes.
Yes. I got my Frankie T-shirt on.
Nice.
Frankie's Tiki Bar, Vegas, and I have my jeans on. Why?
Yeah, I don't know. There's a whole discussion going on. There was a debate if you were wearing pants or not.
I was gonna wear my shorts, but I thought, no, I might have to stand up. And I was right. I did have to stand
See,
up.
you did.
I wanted to talk too about if you're going to go looking for books, you know, we talked about thrift stores. They scan, they sell their books online, but garage sales and rummage sales are really good too. Estate sales can be, they seem to have a little better eye. But what you'll find at garage sales is people will dump. And I like kids' books. There's a lot of money in kids' literature. The picture books, the sets, you know, these little these chapter books, if you get a whole set of them. So I was at a garage sale. Bill and I were walking away, of course, empty-handed again, and I glanced down underneath in a box of books that I found. It's called Trumpets in Grumpet Land. I paid a dime and sold it for $79.
Nice.
A dime. Oh, my goodness.
Yes. And there's another book in that series called Trouble for Trumpets. So you start to learn. And then somebody in the group I'm in talked about Hobbit. The new Hobbit movie was coming out. Was that like a year or two ago? She just happened to mention it. My daughter had to take me to drop my car off. She was really mad. I don't want to stop at a garage sale, Mom, but I did. And I pulled a Hobbit book. All I saw was the tail of a dragon in a box of books. And I pulled it out and sold it for $120. Sounds like I'm selling a lot of books for $120, so it could have been $130. But yeah, so the books really are out there. And I also wanted to say, now is the time to list for homeschoolers and school books, because I've noticed over the years, by August, they're usually spent their budget. And a lot of people start school in August. So homeschool books, I homeschooled, so obviously I know titles, and they've probably all changed by now because my kids are all older. But there's a lot of books. So go on eBay, do a completed search for homeschool books and see what comes up. Because June and July, that's a good time, you know, to get those listed. I wanted to do a little show and tell. I cleaned my books because, you know, when you get books from libraries, they've got, I'll show you. They look like this when you buy them. And I use Bestine. I get it from Amazon now because Michael's craft store here in California quit carrying it. And then when I clean it off, see, it took all that black off.
Nice.
From this to this. And I wear gloves and I use cotton balls. I'm real sensitive. I know a lot of people like Goo Gone and Goof Off or something. And lighter fluid? No way am I bringing lighter fluid into my house. So I'm very sensitive.
It works, but yeah, that's.
Uh-oh. What you do
to smells and the Bestine. It evaporates. Sometimes I'll over pour it. So to clean them off. I don't know. Let me see. Are you familiar with the priority flat rate game box, game board.
It's
box.
a large. It goes at the large flat rate, correct?
Yes, yeah. This is I think $14.50 or something like that. I've gotten a whole set of books, like 10 or 15, maybe books of this size in one of those.
So you don't do media mail ever?
Not always. If it's an expensive set of books, I prefer to ship it to them right away because media mail can take forever.
I know. So I would agree with that. Yeah.
Especially in the winter, because I'm in California, and if I ship books to the East Coast in the winter, what happened to me a couple of years ago, I sold a set of World Book Encyclopedias, 70 pounds of books. I put them in 2 boxes. One set of boxes went to the Richmond sorting center. The other set went to what we call the black hole in Bell, California. Things just sit there. And the guy was somewhere, and it was a wintry. It was 2 weeks before Christmas. That second box took 2 weeks to get there. 2 weeks after the first box, and he gave me a neutral for it and opened a case. He finally got them. So anyway, and obviously I'm not going to send a 70-pound box of books for priority. But if it's an expensive book, I mean, we've got flat rate padded, and do wrap your books really well. I hear people all the time, they get a box, they buy a book, and it could be an expensive book, and it's mailed in a cereal box, and the corners are all chipped.
That's good advice.
Yeah, collectors, they want their corners nice and sharp. And
so do you wrap with cardboard or anything? How do you?
Sometimes I do. Most of the books that I ship myself now, because I use FBA, most of them are sets.
Okay.
So maybe maybe like a whole bunch of like the older Party Boys or different books, and so I'll still put them in a box. Okay. I've heard too many bad stories of nice brand new books being arrived destroyed, and it's just sad. So, I want to talk to you a little bit about adult fiction books. You go to Goodwill.
Let's talk, Deb. Should I take my shirt off?
No, and I have pants on. Remember. So I'm not talking about those kind of adult fiction. I'm just talking fiction. Because kids fiction books, kids fiction books can do well, but the adult fiction, you walk into a Goodwill or something, and there's tons of adult fiction, and it's a waste of time to scan all of them. Disco Bloodbath, obviously, is when you want to look for. So most adult fiction books are penny books. So the only time those might be good is if you got a whole set of them. Maybe you have a Jeanette Oki, she's an author of books, and maybe you get 15 of them at once. Then it's kind of worth it to sell a whole set of books at one time. So we talked about those. There are some holy grail books that you should be bowling for, and I actually know 2 or 3 sellers that have found Margin of Safety. I don't know if did I send you a link for Margin of Safety?
I think you did, but we were under the gun, so I'm so sorry I don't have that.
Oh, that's okay. That's a $1,700 book on Amazon right now.
What?
And it's an I guess like a stock trading or something to do with money that's older. I think the book could be 10 or 15 years old, so you would probably pick it up and think this book couldn't be worth anything because the economy changes, times change, but that's a holy grail. And then there's another kid's book I've been looking for years called Jelly Beans for Breakfast. And that book right now is like $65 and up on Amazon. But if you're going to look for that, make sure you find the one by author Miriam Young, because somebody else has made another book, something about jelly beans for breakfast, and it's not worth anything. So you always have to kind of know what you're doing. I do like I talked earlier, I like getting sets of books. Like one Babysitter Club book is a penny book, but you get 20, 30, or 40 of them, you can get a lot more money. Yeah. Of course, you're going to pay to buy them, individually. So you got to make sure that you don't spend a lot when you buy them. That's why garage sales are good for them. My husband and I, a couple years ago, went to a garage sale, and this kid was selling all his chapter books. We got Animorphs, Goosebumps, all those books, and you put them in lots and sell those on eBay, not on Amazon, unless it's a complete set. Oh, on eBay, a 62 set original covers of Goosebumps went for $169.
Wow.
Yeah, so there's money in kids' books. Let's see. Oh, this is a fun one to look for. Sesame Street, ABC, when you put it together, it makes a puzzle. And I've sold several sets of these for about $60, $70 for the set.
Awesome.
So,
all right, so where can people find you, Deb? How can they buy some crap from you? I mean, treasures.
The book. My user ID is the Book Kiosk on Amazon and on eBay.
Cool. I'm going to thank Deb for being our guest tonight because that was awesome. And we're going to have you back sooner than later because I'm watching the feed and you said you're no expert, but
yeah, I think you're an expert.
Yeah, I think the audience begs to differ.
Yes, I would disagree as well.
And because we ran so frantic to get this up today, I didn't have a chance to look at all the stuff you sent me. I didn't have a chance to really absorb it. But
yeah, you know a lot about
when you were talking there and we were off camera, I looked at Nay and went, "This is awesome."
Yes.
I think it's because I do know book experts. I know people that I could show them that I go to.
You are a book expert.
Hey. Well, I'm trying. Thank you. Me and my scanner.
You're doing great.
Thank you so much guys for having me on.
Yeah, thanks for coming, and I will see you in 2 weeks.
I can't wait.
We're gonna party and we're gonna learn and we're gonna have fun around Vegas. So, thanks, Deb. I will talk to you probably later today or tomorrow. Oh, and she's froze. So we're going to say goodbye to Deb. All right. So our last topic of the day, which is normally before now. Let's see here. Uno momento. There we go. Okay. So we do our 2-minute viewer topic of the week. And what we do is we have a question from a viewer and then we each give a 60-second answer to it. And so I thought this one was a good question and funny because the guy's name is Chris Hansen. They didn't even know who that was, but I kind of explained it. And if you're ever someplace and a guy goes, "Hi, I'm Chris Hansen," you're in deep trouble. So I know that's not the case tonight. But his question is, how do you know when the time was right to go full-time thrifting and how many hours do you put in per week? So I'm going to have Nay go first. And I got her timer. I don't have the fancy holder like I do at home. And so Nay is not full-time, but she'll explain what she does. And hang on, here we go.
Okay. I actually have a full-time day job. So during the day, I am doing that. However, I also have 3 small children and a husband. So I have a lot to juggle around. But I actually hit 1,000 items. I now have 950 around there. But I list when the kids are in bed. I list mobile. I list whenever I can get a few spare moments. You know, in the evenings, at night, early morning, and I just run my business that way. I do work from home at my regular job most of the time, which does help because on my lunch hour I can do my shipping and packing and whatnot. That's what I do. So I am not full time, but I'm doing pretty well part time. So.
You came in 5 seconds early. Okay. I think you're Norm. Maybe we should make it the 55-second reply because that seems to be where we hit it every time. Now, normally I would start the timer for me, but mine's gonna be a little more extensive. So I'm going to talk, and Nadine's going to talk, and our show typically isn't going to be a sad show, and this one isn't either. But we're going to talk about some serious topics because we need to. So, how did I know when to be a full-time thrifter and seller on eBay? I have sold online since '97, and my wife and I kind of moved about the country. And so what we do is we get to a new residence. She would go, it was her job that was moving us. So she would go to work and I would unpack all the boxes and then I would sell online for quite a while. And then I would go find a real job. And so cut to about 8 years ago, give or take, I'm working for a buddy, which my wife said, don't do, because that never works out. And yes, honey, you were right. It didn't work out. But I was miserable at my job, and I didn't do anything about it. I came home every day kind of grumpy and pissed. And in the middle of that, I got a crazy infection in my arm. I'm going to try and show it to you. If those of you haven't, oh, where are we? All right, see, there's the hole in my arm right there. So I got a crazy infection, and it's a more detailed story, which I'll do the short version. I ended up in the hospital for 5 days. I had 2 surgeries. It took a year to rehab my arm. And at the end of that year, I asked the doctor, I said, how close was I to being worse than I am right now? And he goes, well, if we would have waited 1 more day, you would have lost your arm from the elbow down, maybe the whole thing. So those 5 days I lay in the hospital, it was horrible because when you live in Vegas or you visit Vegas, you want a view of the Strip. So if you live in Vegas, you're selling your house and you have a view of the Strip, it's a selling point. Mm-hmm. If you have a hotel room where you can see like the Bellagio fountains, that's a selling point. You know the one time you don't want a view of Vegas? When you're in the hospital for 5 days with all these tubes and machines hooked up to you, and my window was the Strip. I looked at the
that
street
wouldn't
for
be.
5 days. I looked at the street where people have the most fun in their lives.
And you're in the hospital.
Oh, and every time I go to the bathroom, my cords just reach. I would drag all this crap to the bathroom. So in those 5 days, I said, screw this. I am unhappy. I'm getting out of this hospital. I'm changing my life. I'm fixing it. And I went back to, and my wife kept saying, quit. And now I want to quit because I realized that life was not right. I need to fix it. So I fixed it and I started selling on eBay full time. And that month I made the same amount of money as a job. It was physical and backbreaking. And I'm like, what the hell was I doing? Like, I'm in my underwear making the same money. Like, yay, hallelujah. So I had a shitty situation and I turned it into full-time thrifting, which turned into thrifting with the boys, which turned into thrift hunters, which turned into thrifty business with J&A. So having the hole in my arm ended up being a weird positive. So I had that issue, and now Nay has to make an announcement. And like I said, it's not going to be sad, but
I'm going to try not to make it sad.
Yes, we're going to talk about it because she wants to and we need to. So with that, I'm going to hand the floor to Nadine. She has something written. So if you see her just reading, just.
Yeah, it's something I really had to prepare for.
Yes. So just go with it. This is our first show. So. And
I will try to keep it together while I do this. So very recently, I got some shocking news that turned my life upside down completely. And it's going to change my life forever. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I decided to come out and announce this here for the show, on the show, for a few reasons. One of those reasons is not to gain sympathy. When Jason asked me to do this show in the first place, I was honored, but I wasn't so sure due to the fact that I'm a bit shy, and I wasn't sure if, I could step out of my box enough and do it. But you know what? It's really been fun and I enjoy it. So at that time, I didn't know that I had cancer. And when I told Jason about my diagnosis, he was willing to postpone the show for me. But I decided instead that I wanted to start the show as soon as possible and get it going full force for the few weeks that I had before I start all of the hard stuff that I have to go through soon, the surgeries and the treatments and whatever. And then something happened. The show has given me yet another reason, in addition to my family, my husband, my children, and my many wonderful supportive friends like Jason here, to fight the cancer and to stay motivated. So now that I have this public platform here, I want to use it to hopefully motivate others who may also have breast cancer, other cancers, illnesses, disabilities. If you're fighting anything like this, please stay motivated. Please keep a positive attitude. Keep fighting and moving ahead. Please don't give up, no matter how horrible the situation may seem. There's always a future. I know that as hard as it's going to be, I'm going to beat this. I'm going to kick cancer's butt, and I'm going to fight it. And I do have a future. So it's just going to be a little tough. I won't give up, and I will be fighting this cancer every step of my long road ahead. And I know I have a long road ahead. There's many uncertainties right now with my diagnosis, and I have some difficult decisions to make. So it's and I'm going to have some difficult surgeries and treatments in the coming months. So it's possible that I may be too sick to do a show one day, or a show maybe will have to be moved to a different day. But I'm so determined. I'm not leaving the show, and I'm so determined that as long as I may be able to, you may even see me do a show one day from my hospital bed. I'm that determined. So I'm not giving up. And one more word of advice. I just want to point this out, just kind of as a breast cancer awareness thing, for all women, for young women especially. I'm only in my 30s, and I never thought that I'd be in my 30s and diagnosed with breast cancer. So please, if you have a family history of breast cancer, as I do, or if you have a suspicion that there's anything wrong, please don't hesitate to go to the doctor, get a mammogram, get checked. I never expected to be diagnosed at this age. It just was a complete surprise. So I am an example that it can happen at any age. It can happen to anyone. And if I hadn't gone to a routine doctor's visit and requested to get tested, it would have been late, and I probably wouldn't have been able to have this fighting chance to see my little boys grow up. So I won't let the cancer beat me. I'm going to fight it, and I hope I can motivate others. Although I admit to having my weak moments, I'm staying strong, and I've decided that I may have cancer, but cancer will never have me.
Fuck yeah. And on that note, and we won't say fuck much, but there's a back to our shirts. And I don't know if here, I'll spin you around first. Yep. Yeah, fuck cancer. All right, you're on. Am I on?
Yes.
All right, cool. So yeah, so we had some shirts made up. I wanted to show support for Nay, and well done. Well done.
Thank you. I'm surprised I got through it without some tears.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that was hard.
But I want to say a couple things. Nay is not looking for sympathy. She's just looking for other fighters. So
I want to inspire others to fight. And
you know, my when I had the hole in my arm, I didn't fully understand depression until that hole, because like I said, being hooked to all those machines and looking at the strip and thinking about how sucky my life was just horrible. But I got through it, and you know, Nay's going to get through this. And I think based on all this, our guest next week's going to be a friend of ours, Tim Taylor, who has overcome crazy obstacles. Yeah. And I think that'll be a good, you know, roll into our next episode. So Tim's going to tell his story. And what else? Well,
thank you.
Yeah, buddy. Good job.
Thank you.
Glad we're doing the show together. I'm glad we're doing it from Vegas. Vegas. I'm drunk. I have a drink. I'm drunk. We're in Philly. Yay, Philly.
We're in Philly.
Go Cavs. But yeah, so just do me a favor. If you want to reach out to Nay, that's cool, but she's not looking for pity.
No, I just want to, I'm hoping to inspire others to fight, because I'm going to fight this. I'm not going to let it get me. Yep. And,
you know, I got to say I'm very impressed, because Nay and I talk like girlfriends on the phone. We just, we chatter all night, and you know, if you don't know, I'm a big girl. So we chat, and the night she got the diagnosis, which is very understandable. She was very like, screw this, I don't care. And the next morning she woke up and said, cancer ain't beating me. So that we call her Cancer Nay. So kind of like Beyonce is Sasha Fierce. There's Nadine, and then there's Cancer Nay.
Yeah,
Cancer Nay is like, smash. All right, so that's our first show, our first official show. I want to thank everybody for tuning in.
Thank you.
Like I said, I didn't, you know, it's not going to be every episode where you give you downer news, and but we just, you know, we didn't want like a couple weeks down the road as Nay's going through surgeries, all of a sudden she's bandaged up, and you're like, what the hell? Because it'd be weird to answer it then. So Nay wanted to do it now. We'll just put it on Front Street. It's there. We will probably discuss it from time to time. If she's not feeling well, we will still have a show that week. It's still the J&A show, but we'll have guest stars coming in.
Yeah, I might, like I said, I might do one from my hospital bed.
And even if you don't want to talk, you just want to be on the screen,
I will be there.
You'll be the guest of the box.
I don't care how sick I feel. I'm
just
going to get through it.
So that's awesome. Nadine's a fighter, and I am so happy to be partnered with her. And, you know, I didn't have cancer, but I had a crazy situation in my arm. So when I talked to her, I do have some thoughts on, you know, I felt it. I thought life sucked, and you know, I worked my way out of it, and I bettered my life after that. So, you know, that's.
And I'm hoping that's what will happen, and that I can help others, and also raise some awareness for breast cancer and other cancers that people have to fight. You know, because it's a tough road. I know I have a tough road ahead.
So I'm gonna do something we don't normally do. I'm gonna throw some music on, because the second we end this show, I can't see the comments anymore. And I know there's a lot of nice love for Nay, so I want her to see them. So I'll put some music on. I'll probably put our title screen back up or something here, and let me find something fun. We'll put the Thrifty tip of the week up. So on that note, I'm going to bid everyone adieu and say thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. And oh, too loud to start. So sorry. And we love you guys, and we're going to look at the comments for a few minutes here. And so just bear with the end of this. And thank you very much. Thanks for being my partner.
Thank you.
All right, so we can find the shift. There we go. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Same time, same day. Yep, that's right. It is our dud of the week. So my dud of the week, I thought was going to be the most awesome score. I had this Fast and the Furious. Now, you won't know what this is because this is a current movie.
Actually, I know that movie.
Fast and the Furious license plate frame. And I had it since, I don't know, like 4 or 5 movies ago, and I forgot I had it. And then the new one came out, and it was this worldwide, one of the top grossing films of all time. Awesome tribute to Paul Walker. And I thought, oh, everybody's going to want this.
You would think.
Nope. I was happy to unload it for $15 with free shipping. So that is my dud of the week. Sometimes when you think you've had the score of the week, it turns into the dud of the week. But I got it for free. I made a couple dollars. It left. So I don't have that much of a complaint, but I really thought that was going to be like $40. I mean, the whole world went and saw that movie. Nobody wanted my sad little license plate frame. This is your dud? No, that's not your dud. No.
No.
Alrighty.
It's
it's this one right here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry, like I said, we are running on the fly here, not exactly how we planned, but we are getting it done because we can. All right, so here's Nate's dud of the week.
Okay. Well, this shirt, I've had in my store for about 2 years, and Jason actually yelled at me about this shirt.
I did, and I'm so sorry. I was very mean because that's just crap. But this is pretty good. So we did coconut rum and Diet Coke with a lime. And my tiki mug of choice tonight is the Thurston Howell mug from Frankie's Tiki Room in Vegas. So I brought a little bit of Vegas with me. And this is Nay's tiki mug. And this mug was actually, other way. There you go. This mug was actually found on Thrift Hunters. Nadine bought it from me. It is called the R1 Headhunter. And this is from the Jekyll and Hyde Club in New York City. So cheers, my dear. Welcome to our first official show. So what's happening, everybody, in eBay land? All right, we always start. All right, like I said, bear with us because of this little crazy circumstance here. We always start with our scores of the week. Oh, that's way too low. That was a horrible sound effect. Let's try again. All righty. Let's talk about things that we have sold and sold well, shall we? All right. So my item, my score of the week is, there we go. Uno momento. My score of the week are these jeans, and it's a score for a couple of reasons. These are orange tab 505s, and I found them for like $4.99, and they're new with tags. And I had them listed at $79.99, and I kept getting lowball offers like $20, $25 for a good 3-4 months. And then just this week, somebody paid $69.99 for them, and they went to Canada. So not only did I get kind of what I wanted, the shipping got paid for. So that's always the bonus. All right, I am watching our feed, and we tend to drop out. So let's see here. All right, cool. We're doing good. All right, so that's my score of the week, and let's hop over to Nadine's score of the week. No, that's my dud of the week. No.
That's it.
That's it? Okay, cool. All righty, so back to here. All right, here is Nadine's score of the week, and she's going to tell you all about it.
Okay. I have to thank my good friend Bridget for this. Bridget Williams helped me with this. I did not know anything about curlers or rollers or anything in that realm. So this is a new thing for me. But I saw these actually I actually ended up getting them for $1. And
$1?
Yeah, and I passed them up the first time. And then I sent Bridget a photo, and she said, go back and get those if they're still there. And they were 99 cents in the clearance. They had put them in the clearance section. So, and I sold them for $49.99 at full price. So that was a really good score.
$1.
Yeah, $1.
So wait, did you know it was $1?
No, when I first went there, they had them marked up, and then when I went back, Bridget said, "Go back and get them." And I went back like the next day, and they had marked it down to $1. So
I was about to yell at you if you left them there for $1.
No. They had. I lucked out.
I'll show off our new shirts too. Thrifty Business with Jay and Nay. I got us some shirts. All righty, so that is our scores of the week. And what comes after the score of the week? You know what comes after the score of the week. And I don't know why. I must have hated somebody else that day.
But he was telling me that it was a shirt that was available in Walmart, and I didn't know that at the time that I thrifted it. I didn't, and I had somebody message me, that they could have gotten in Walmart for less, and it turns out though that it was a pretty bad shirt. Jason was right. So I finally sold it after about 2 years, just coincidentally this week for $14.99 with free shipping, and I was thrilled to get rid of it.
Yes, I gave her grief 2 years ago, and she just sold it this week. So, yeah, Panama Jack, where if you find vintage, because I was a big Panama Jack fan in the 80s, if you find vintage, yeah, that'll be some good money.
But Walmart
But they sold it to Walmart.
Yeah, no.
And so anything modern, it's not, it's new for like $15. So you're not going to get, top dollar for it. So it's a good tip. I'm so sorry I yelled at you. I'm apologizing on air in front of everybody. I read it and I'm like, what was that? I must have been mad that night at somebody. I don't know what happened, but I do apologize.
Yeah, it's okay. I accept your apology.
Oh, thank you, dear. All right. So we've done our scores. We've done our duds. And now It is time for our Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind. This is where we tell you the funny stories of people who approach us in the thrift store. I realized I never did mine on the second test show. Like, we started the segment, you did yours. So I'll do mine. Some of the Thrifty Encounters, the Close Encounters of the Thrifty Kind are weird. What's happening, everybody? It is Vegas Jay and Philly Nay, and
Hi.
We are in Philly. And so, as a heads up to start, the internet connection in my hotel room is pretty horrible. So I think you'll hear us just fine. It just might not go along with our lips. So I do apologize for that. We tried to pull some last minute technological heroics. They did not work. And so that's why also we're 2 minutes late. So welcome. Okay, mute yourself over there, will you? So welcome to our first official show. It's going to be a little chaotic due to the fact that we are on the road. But I definitely wanted to do this here in Philly with my co-host, the lovely Nadine. And we start every show with Jason's Tiki Talk, and we're going to talk a little bit about the rum we're drinking tonight and the mugs we are drinking out of. So I'm going to pause the music just because I know our connection's not the greatest. And the rum tonight, thanks to Nadine, just grabbing this by pure random chance, is called Blue Chair Bay. It is Kenny Chesney's rum, and this is a coconut rum. And coconut rums are usually pretty horrible when you think of Malibu.